slowly but surely creeping its way towards B.
Yeah, and Alu's going to try and adjust off the back of it. I'm not sure if Seized was close enough to hear that. He might have done, but Alu actually giving it all up and heading around. He might be going towards the kind of crow's nest, but no, turns tail. He realizes what's going on now. Zeus and Seized are already very close towards B, and the fire's coming in. Alu's going to have to take the challenge, but those mollies going to make it hard.
Oh my god, 2 mollies on top of him as well. There's nothing he could do, and Exist is trying to lend his force, but it's just Freiburg up in Sniper now as well, just trying to play shooting ducks. And he is the sitting duck as Seized picks him up, and that is 10-1 in scoreline here. NiP, we were all hoping he would be able to salvage something after that last map and come out strong, but this has been a very underwhelming performance from them over both these maps tonight.
Yeah, I think we can all agree this is not the NiP that we wanted to see turning up today, but I think on the other side of things, to flip the coin over, Edward has been having a massive game, especially towards B. Whenever he goes there, he's just been able to be absolutely perfect on it, and already the set smoke's going to come out to play from NaVi. You can see the setup here, Molly down towards that kind of place where Freiburg's been pushing out to try and get the early information, and NaVi looking like they're going towards brute force this time. Forest already going to be caught out by Flamey there, but NiP have so little to work with.
That's right, and on the other side, NaVi have so much to use, so much utility. They hardly even need to walk into the site to neutralize the NiP presence there. And Alu now with it all to do. He will find Flamey, but it's a very short spark of hope before Guardian snuffs him out.
And moment after moment, NaVi just starting to get more and more confident as well. Okay. All right, NiP. I get it. We get it. So the firing squads come back. Immortalized on Dust 2. Now, Overpass. All right, let's see how this goes. We've got the 5 AWP presence. Brand new style coming out from NiP. Gerai did well. He picked up the 3K last time he did this on the last map, but NaVi waiting it back, just kind of waiting like, what the hell are they bringing to this round? Exist holding long. Edward was fairly close towards that as well, so this is going to be interesting. NiP, I guess if nothing else is working, you've got to switch it up somehow.
Credit to NaVi there. They're actually not really pushing into this one at all. They played the first bit of the round quite slowly here. Exist is watching a very tight angle. He wants to thread the needle on this one, but here comes a step playing towards long. He will take down Seized, but can he get any more? Shots are coming in towards him. He's using the tree for some cover. Alu gets involved. Exist with his second there as well. Can he find Guardian? No. He will be shut down by 4 AWPs and 4 players on the map for NiP. Gives him a lot of room to breathe. And Guardian looking for the shot. He's down towards 2 HP, and Alu will finish him off with a pistol to add insult to injury. And Zeus is sitting there wondering, well, okay, oops, fine, let's see what we can do. Alu will drop. Bomb is in his hands now. The 3 players and 3 AWPs to contest with. It's going to have to be a superhuman effort, and Forest will put him to bed.
I'll never doubt it, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point in doubting this these days with NiP? Are they going to go back to it? I don't know if they even can, really, at this point. They're going to drop some out. Let's see, we've got the M4 with Alu. So Alu, the main AWPer, I guess you could say, is going to be on the M4. And we're going to see Get Right Exist and Forest picking up the AWPs. All right, let's see it again. Why not? Why not? It's the second round they've got, so... You know, I'm done. I'm done, boys. I'm done. Anyway, here we go. NaVi going to switch things up, going to try and adjust around. And Guardian showing him how it's done. Going to find Gerai pretty much instantaneously as Freiburg forced to commit that smoke fairly early on, create that small gap to watch as Forest lingers down. That's the shot fly. Alu, though, does at least get a kill this time with the M4.
All right, Forest will pick up Seized now, looking through the pipe. He knows Flamey's on the other side. He's going to try and smoke himself away from this one here. Does he just sit there and wait? We'll back up a little bit now as Edward gets rid of Freiburg here. 2 AWPs left, and Forest and Exist, and they're both very, very low. Edward past Sandbags, looking for Exist just on the other side of that pillar. 1 shot was not enough for Exist to take him down, but Edward, there's Forest though. He's chiming in. Here's Flamey though, straight towards the head, but Exist will shut him down, and the AWPs still kind of working. And I say kind of... They're still kind of working. They're kind
of working, you know what I mean? Like, maybe Exist should just become the main AWPer, and then maybe Forest and Get Right as well. Like, maybe Alu just needs to stop AWPing. Like, maybe that's the difference. Who knows? He's not having a bad performance overall. It's certainly not his best, but he's doing just fine. It's just, you know, we're going to see it now on the other side as well. So, Edward, Zeus, and Seized going to be running the AWPs as well. What is going on in this game? All right, so Alu's going to be up against 2 here, and, well, funny enough, Edward's going to win that one as Forest now goes hunting again. Little does he know they're going to be waiting for him. That's Flamey and Seized there. Get Right going to be looking towards a little bit of a party with Guardian, but Guardian ever so cautiously tries to take the peek, but Get Right gets it.
His 3rd frag of the match here, and you can see NaVi happy to oblige with the AWP off, having 3 of their own.
Zeus and Get Right again pretty close as well. I wonder if Zeus can find a little bit of form here with the AWP too.
Oh, he's going to be looking for a connector. Can he find it? Get right, just gets crumpled in a heap as the door opens. And Zeus now looking for his next victim here, as Exist is playing very passively around that corner there as well. But Zeus, I think he's shown some patience here. We'll have to see now. This is just a Mexican standoff. Right? There's tumbleweed in the distance. There's the whistling sound. And let's see who has the quicker draw here. Zeus might get bored of waiting here. And actually, Exist gets taken a little bit low by that nade. Going to smoke his retreat and back off onto the side.
I don't know what to say anymore. Guardian was with the rifle as well in that round, which is the best part. But all right, Freiburg's still doing what he does. There we go. So the M4A4 with him being the last bastion of hope for NiP on the A site, whereas Exist and Forest still lurking their way around B, making sure there's no easy jump off. But with 20 seconds left, they're going to have to commit soon. Freiburg just out of the reach of that molly. Going to commit on the side of it. He's going to catch out Cease. Gets down one. Can't connect the spray on the second. And Exist missing the shot this time. Missing the follow-up. And Flamey's not going to fall for that. As Forest now in a 1v3. And a couple of seconds until that bomb goes down. Let's see what he can do here.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Says Forest as he's going to be hunting now. Of course, there's still 3 Na'Vi players to deal with. Let's see if he can have a bit more luck than Exist did. Just going to miss that one as well. It's pretty much given away his position there, and Edward will shut him down. And the AWP dream is dead. Halftime brings 12-3 for Na'Vi. That is a massive lead, and NiP must regain something. They must regain some composure, maybe some logic when it comes to purchasing weapons as well here. It's now or never.
I'm not going to lie, though. I love seeing Edward picking up the AWP. He did get the 3K in the end as well, so... It's kind of sexy CS from Edward at this point. He's shown how it's done, and even in those final rounds, yeah, sure, they were kind of playing a little light, let's just say. It's still a great performance from Na'Vi. Their T-side has been really impressive, not just in this map, but the one prior as well. And NiP, at least in warm-up, are getting kills. It's
pretty ironic, actually, because I brought up at the start of the game that Na'Vi's CT halves are actually one of their selling points on this map, winning 70% of them. But last week as well, we actually saw a similar situation where both they and Na'Vi, they and Titan had strong T halves. Yeah. It was just Titan with a stronger CT to finish it off. So 3 rounds here, pistol means pretty much everything. Now, as we see if NiP can keep themselves in this one, hanging on the precipice of a second defeat in a row to Na'Vi, who are looking hot to trot.
NiP, what are you going to go for first round now? All Julies? No. Okay, I was kind of hoping the Julies would come out. I know Get Right is sometimes a little favourable to it, but they are going into this as you'd maybe expect. We see the Glock train coming out for everyone barring Freiburg, who still of course has the Glock, but maybe going for the utility just to put the smoke and the flash into practice. But still, Guardian going to head straight out. Look for this one, and it looks like the flash can be put down in place. We're going to see a big exchange at the beginning. Already Forest coming out on top, but Edward going to reply well.
Brilliant play from him so far tonight. That play was no different there. Flamey actually quickly takes the head off. Alu Edward now looking for one himself. NiP are crumbling under the pressure, but Get Right keeps him in this just. The finger is hanging over the edge of the cliff now. As Edward drops, 3 players left. Zeus will go down as well with 2v2, and Flamey is overrun by Exist and Get Right pushing forward. Now Guardian with it all to do. 1v2 situation. He's shaving health off Get Right, but Exist will find his cranium.
Yeah, Exist on the swing out in the end, picking up 3. And maybe there's a little bit of silver lining here for NiP, but it's a long way back. Don't do this to me again. Don't do a Dust 2 again, NiP, please. Please, I pray to you. But still, let's see what they purchase here. 2 MAC-10s, a rifle for Get Right, 3 MAC-10s. Exist, what you fancy? He's going for the rifle. Okay, so 2 rifles, 3 SMGs. On the other side of the board, we got the Deagles coming out. They're going to line up with these. I'm kind of hoping they are. That's a lot of damage to be come down. All right. So a 3-2 split, but all towards B. NiP could be in trouble here. This could be quite deadly.
Flamey now will be the one to set up here as well. Zeus actually pushing with this one. Oh, Forest haven't seen. He's looking for a second as well, but Freiburg will be able to send him back now. But Seized as well. Takes down that injured player from NiP. 3 on 3 as Seized just tries to back up a little bit here. Flamey looking left, right, and center. Not really sure where to aim at this point as Get Right is in those pipes. Ali moving forward with the MAC-10. Gets one. Get Right. Good timing on towards Flamey there to pick him up. And now it's just Seized as well with his own MAC-10. The Deagle comes out as well, but it's not enough. And if last round was mandatory for NiP, this one probably was as well. They got to take it piece by piece here, getting 2 in a row. Not too shabby, but we'll wait and see what happens in the bye.
Yeah, exactly. Retaining 2 rifles there, very important as well for NiP. Only losing out on the MAC-10s, but still, Na'Vi doing a little bit of damage, not making it easy for NiP to start building up the economy and maybe looking for an early double up on the T side. Not going to be happening all that soon, unless this round does become a little bit of a feed fest. But Na'Vi going for the 5-man stack again. We're going to see the push down long. Alu's going to be the one to be receiving, I can imagine, if he gets an inkling as to where they are.
Ali now This could be dangerous. He's going to run into a heck of a lot of players if he's not careful. He's just going to take his time and panic for a second. He doesn't hear anything as the bomb's down, so this is definitely going to make you raise your eyebrow. But he does finally see some NaVi players. He takes down one, he takes down two, but Zeus is there, and this stack from NaVi not yielding too much now as the bomb is down, and they've got a bit of running to do.
Maybe just trying to find the guys with rifles. If they were working towards A, it'd be more than likely on long with them, but no such luck. Just finding the Mac Daddy. Flame is going to pick that one up. And the 1-for-1 trade coming out there. Zeus will close down Freiburg, but still, 2 rifles kept alive. Forest is waiting on the other side of that door, and both players are up here. This could be dangerous. He does pre-fire down towards Zeus, and knows they are. Second, we're waiting. Nice work from Forest then, and denying any sort of guns being kept over. And a good bit of bank being built up by Forest as well, so he could get the AWP into this round if he fancies it. And it looks like Ali will go for it, and Forest. So the double AWP coming out now, as they did make so much bank with those SMGs. And we're going to see Guardian trying to stop them on the other side.
See how this one comes into play. It's not 5 AWPs, that's for sure, and that's, to be honest, is where most of NiP's success has been coming from so far. Maybe this is the happy medium, as it were, for those ones, and they can put a few more rounds together now, as for the most part the split is a 2 and 3 again. A lot of players towards B here for NaVi, almost a bit of a stack now. Let's see if they can set something up here as Guardian dashes across. He does, I think, see Forest leaves in the corner.
Yeah, Zeus and Flame are being real aggressive with this, and then Guardian's already waiting for it. 1 centimeter further, he's going to find Forest, catch him off guard, remove the AWP out of presence, and I like this from NaVi, taking over the map but not pushing too far just yet, keeping NiP guessing and buying so much time now, as Freiburg with the bomb going to have to be very cautious here to not lose that one, but Edward's going to find Exist. And now 3 players left for NiP. This
is not the buy that NiP were hoping for at all. Freiburg can't even go for the drop AWP or anything like that. And there's Flame, he takes down Get Right. NaVi have great control of construction and, by extension, the middle of the map. Through that connector, and Freiburg and Alu have been herded now out towards those canals. Zeus will be lying in wait with Edward in construction. NaVi have a heck of a lot of control of this side, and Alu just have to throw them, NiP, with Alu, of course, have to throw themselves at this and see what sticks.
Well, at least Alu's going to find the first, but I'm wondering if Flame is going to take the angle on this, try and swing out here. Flash comes out, doesn't catch him, and Zeus already positioning on towards short. He's going to find Alu real easy, and it's just Freiburg left, and his position duly noted. Zeus will be there with a close down, and NaVi take another step to a 2-0 victory over NiP tonight.
And NiP fall not with a battle cry, but with a whimper here. It's been a subdued outing from them, to say the very least here tonight. And NaVi in such a commanding position right now as well. Last game, scoreline was 16-6, and this is heading in a similar direction right now. There's still some AKs being brought up for NiP. They've got themselves some nades as well. Forest, though, having to resort to just the Deagle. Yeah, and NaVi going for the straight-up play there. Once again, trying to take over map control. This time towards A, though, pushing straight up towards Party in the Fountain. Peeking down, that's going to be Guardian leering on towards NiP. Not going to be connecting these shots, though. Seized, saving the day. Oh, the double there coming out from NaVi. Season Zeus getting something there. Flamey pushing forward. They're aggressive. They're not giving NiP any time to set up. No time to make a set play. Edward had the Mag 7. He's been able to trade that away now after picking up Freiburg. And Get Right will get the spray down. He's been the quietest for NiP tonight. He's looking for a little bit of magic there, but the smoke will obscure most of those NaVi players, and he must change tact here. And the bomb feeling as though a mile away at this point. Guardian holding that one very close by, and Get Right desperately looking for a route here, an option available, but so many angles locked down by NaVi. Even Edward predicting that Get Right will be going on the long rotate here. Going to kind of fool Guardian a little close towards the bomb. Zeus is pushing up as well, and it's Edward to close it down. This is NaVi looking very, very good, very strong, just clinically done. That's the thing. Whether it's the play towards A, pushing up a little further, B, pushing up a little further, it's all looking good, and this should be 15-6. As NiP's economy is in tatters, down to around 2k. We're going to see the Tech-9 purchase. They're going to go for this one. They're going to do whatever they can to deny that 15th round towards NaVi, but it looks almost inevitable if it keeps going this way, but let's see if NiP can pull themselves back in here. Well, it looks like it's a bit of a stack towards B for them for the most part in the Tech-9 train. Let's see if it can have the intended impact now. As Sees has the Molotov ready. You can see the flashes coming over on towards that B side as well, and NiP just waiting in the wings here, ready to flat out as a whole. But look at the setup here. Sees and Zeus, Edwards there as well. Molotov will go down, smoke will obscure NiP as they push across here, but now it's time for NaVi to get involved. NiP have at least brought the site a little closer than usual, but Edward just kicking it back real calm. Finds Get Right, the bomb yet to go down in the hands of Alu. Forest going to find Cease though, 3v3 here. Edward gets mowed down too. Forest wants to take matters into his own hands. He's had enough of this. He's going to get a rifle. Alu gets a gun as well. There's Freiburg left on the Tech-9, but Guardian tries to peer in, gets denied by Forest as well. 3 for him on the board, and Flamey, last man standing, keeping that pace real high for NiP here in this game, or at least in this round, should I say.
does turn the tide, but it seems to what end? Can they then pull that in towards a gun round is the next big hurdle.
Well, it's clear to see the Flamey doesn't want a bar of it at the moment, and he'll just sit back and hope for maybe a little cheeky pick on the end there. Alu presents himself, but he's not able to finish. And NaVi taken out in that one round there, and one of the more convincing rounds we've seen from NiP, and it all started, ironically, from that Tech-9 force straight on into that B site. They can't do it with proper guns, but, I mean, they were coming from such unexpected angles here on towards NaVi, they just didn't know how to react. Yeah,
and I actually quite like the way NiP did it, was just kind of making that site way closer range than normally. It's just smoking off so many angles, pulling NaVi into closer fights where that Tech-9 can flourish, and of course Forrest giving us the masterclass in that, and he once again looks to go pretty fast here, just going to be doing those early flashes, but this time Guardian and Zeus going in for the early challenge. Flashes come out. This could be dangerous.
Well, Zeus is pushed aggressively again. He's looking towards Forrest. The doors open up towards his right. He flicks across. He doesn't able to find Exist. And Exist gets 2 for that one. It's a trade. Flaming now only got the 5-7. It is enough to take down Get Right. Ali responds in with the AWP, but the 2v2 here, and this is NaVi coming in, well, not as armed as NiP, and they've managed to even the ledger.
But Edward has been that raid boss on that B side. He's waiting patiently on the site itself, peering through. Flash comes out for him. I think he just caught a glimpse of Alu then, just the shoulder, but it's not enough. Alu connects with the AWP, leaving C's now in the 1v2. 50 seconds remaining on the board. NiP can drag this round wherever they want to, and it looks as though A is the intended site.
There is potential here for C's to pull something brilliant out as well. Oh, they tried to sell the fake at A, and it's worked. C's has got himself way up towards Bank here, and he'll be scuttling now once he realises what's happening over towards B, and it's a redundant flash being thrown over there by NiP just to set things up, and the bomb will go down. They have great cover as well. Alu with the AWP looking towards Sniper. Where does C's go?
Bomb's down. Alu should be able to get this, and Exist is just going to wait for the defuse if required. Alu's going to see the shoulder, and that's all he needed. Nicely done by Alu to close out those 2 kills that were important ones. Not only the last one there, but the one prior towards Edward. And now that has put NaVi in a bit of a, a little bit of a shoddier place. Not able to get the purchase going here, but we're going to see the P250s and nade coming out. And it does seem as though NiP are at least going to get a better scoreline than the first map, which is quite surprising considering the history here.
Absolutely. The double AWP actually working out reasonably well for them here as well, but between Exist and Alu, that was 4 kills in that last round. Those two doing some serious work to close it out. And here we go. We only got a couple grenades here for NaVi. No armor to speak of here, and just the old pistols. Get Right now has a P90 in hand. He'd love to put this to good use, and he does. Zeus crumples in a heap as he makes his way in towards sandbags as well. Ooh, a bit of a dink towards the man as he throws a smoke and the grenade to follow. Clever from Guardian to get that scalp.
Oh, I bet Get Right's so annoyed at that. Just, you've got to smile, I guess, at that point. But Freiburg trying to ward them off from the P90, spraying in with the AK here. But even with that in mind, NiP are going to have to play this one fairly cautiously. Edward has recovered the P90, so has a little bit of bite to his bark on that B site if they do decide to hit it still. But NiP being very cautious about this. They don't have the molly to clear out the corners just yet. We are going to see that boost coming in towards mid. Edward leering over the top. Not going to see anything just yet. That may encourage him to go over towards A, but NiP are still waiting by B.
Freiburg heard the drop there as well from Edward, so he knows that there were a few players there, and still NiP want to force the envelope here on towards B. It's Exist in Forest and Freiburg making his way through on towards Sandbags. It's essentially an unattended B site for NaVi. They stack A. And to what end? How will they rotate onto this one quickly enough as Exist creeping his way ever closer towards that B site? Forest will, of course, hold from pit with the AWP. And NaVi, none the wiser.
Nice stuff from NiP, playing that one slow, and good work from Forest, just turning around, finding C's real fast. As this should be a clean round for NiP. They shouldn't lose out on too much, because as you noted, NaVi are so far out of this retake that it just shouldn't be possible. At no means should they be able to close it back in. So maybe trying to find some exits, I can imagine, try and catch a couple of the NiP guys on the way through. But bearing in mind, NaVi didn't have much to play with in this one. They did at least get down Get Right. If they find any more, that'd be a real bonus.
Well, if anyone can, Edward had the P90. Guardian also going hunting here through Connector. They try and peek out the door and find something quickly. Exist will be there though as well, trying to bait that one, jumping across. And there was another round coming up here for NiP, but the caveat, of course, is that NaVi should be able to buy themselves a little bit here, at least in part. Some AKs surely will be coming out here. It's a man 4. Famas being bought, so they are going for a little bit of a force up here.
Yeah, so 2 Famases. Zeus can be the one to pick up the P90, wondering where he'll take that, as Edward fancies the Famas instead. And on the other side of things, of course, the double AWP still in practice by Alu and Forest. We're going to see a lot of mollies coming out to play as well. Exist, Freiburg and Get Right going to be picking those ones up, looking to see where they put them down. But once again, kind of vacating A here for NaVi. They're putting a lot of strain towards getting control on B, and NiP are just slowing things really quite far down. Trying to get these early picks, trying to just remind NaVi to, you've got to take us quite seriously here. You can't take all these challenges, and now Seized is a little caught there. If Forrest had stayed out on that pick, he could have maybe caught someone out here, but Seized does make it away alive, and NiP slowly gaining ground.
Just now, bit of NaVi-esque play coming out from NiP as they slow the pace down. The bomb is still left back in towards the tunnels here, and Get Right will be pushing up a little bit, but it doesn't seem like, well, there's no real proclivity for Ninjas to favour away any one bomb side yet. But there comes Exist as well, working his way out through Connect, just looking for something, a bit of wallbang, softening up NaVi before they try and go for the throat here. NaVi would love to clutch this one away from Grey Molotov from Exist. That's going to force a change of position from Zeus. Guardian now down in towards that pit behind the pillar. And still, NiP sitting back on this one. 35 seconds left in the round.
There's a real shame they didn't work off the back of that. Now Get Right is going to be starting to come in. You can see those smokes put down. This worked when they had Tech9's Guardian. Again, going to be forced down into the crosshairs of Get Right, and NiP taking control of this bomb site. Excellent
Molotov there as well. Going to force change of position from Guardian. Freiburg finds ahead of Zeus, and it's just Flamey and Seized. There's a lot of work to do. It might be a two-gun save here from these two. They want to keep their economy fairly healthy heading into these last few rounds. And NiP have managed to bring back 4 rounds now in a row. Yeah. And again, I say this frequently tonight, but better late than never.
The thing is that NiP's play towards B, that execute is quite impressive, and they've had to slow down the pace so they don't lose out on those early trades that NaVi were capitalizing on. But now NaVi kind of struggling a little bit to deal with it, but then they have the chance to switch up here. They are on 14 rounds, but it does seem as though Flamey and Seized should be able to retain this, unless Exist gets a little closer. Get Right there along with him as well. Oh, and Exist will find Flamey. And I'm wondering if Seized is going to make it out alive. He's got Freiburg coming around, but no, Freiburg can't get him down in time, and the AWP will be saved.
Most important gun there being preserved, at least for NaVi here. Guardian may well pick it up again, I think, and see what he can actually achieve with that one. Again, this double AWP setup has been paying dividends for NiP right now. It definitely seems like they've managed to find their own flow a little bit here and put a few more rounds together. But one slip will mean curtains, especially if NaVi can capitalize on it here. Seized actually keeping the AWP here as the rest of his team goes for a bit of a save. Aggressive push, and Alu not really showing his dome yet as well. Seized, though, looking for it, and he will get taken out. Alu doing well on these ones here. Oftentimes, NaVi looking to go 1v1 against him, and he seems to get the better of his opposite number most times.
Yeah, really, really good start for NiP into this round, but still a lot of work to be done. NaVi are waiting patiently in these corners, but Forrest just gets completely caught off by Edward. But oh my word, Edward found Get Right as well? How on earth did he manage that? But no guns to be recovered just yet for NaVi. They are falling under the pressure of NiP with this purchase. Get Right and Forrest are lost, but Zeus trying to find that lost AWP, and I think he's going to find out that has been hidden well and truly away.
Fortune favours the bold in Edward's case. Unfortunately, not able to convert into any more than just those 2 kills, Zeus. He's found himself an AWP here, and he will just try and sit himself back somewhere as the bomb goes down. And again, NaVi will go for the save here at the end of the round, and they'll take their time on it as well. Honestly, it's getting a little bit close here. Another failed buy for NaVi, and this one could be anyone's game.
And the important thing is as well, Freiburg's going to pick up the AWP, so Forrest can take that one into the next round. They have brought this back. They're into double digits now, and they'll be on 11-14. And I'm looking at NaVi's economy. It's not perfect. They could go for a buy into the next round if they fancied it. Wait and see. Zeus waiting for that timer to tick down. Exist is going to give away the game, but Zeus can probably wait this one out. 50 seconds and takes down Exist for his troubles. 12 seconds remain. 12 HP remains even, as he will stay alive. But we will be seeing the purchase coming out from NaVi now. This is where they want to stop the rot. If you give NiP, an inch here, they might just take a mile. So I'm looking to see how NaVi now adapt off the back of this. They've been struggling a little bit in this after those last couple of rounds. How many rounds is it back-to-back here? 5 now back-to-back for NiP. So starting to find that little bit of fluid play, but Seized not having any of this. He wants to take the challenge already, and he's going to be met by Forrest and Exist.
That's it. They have to nip this one in the bud. No pun intended as NiP start to stack them right on up. His Guardian looking in towards connected there as well. NiP taking the time through those tunnels, but there's Guardian. Just a little bit of magic. That's what NaVi need. That's going to propel them forward now in towards the rest of this round. Flashes are going in towards mid as well, and NaVi seem to be well and truly aware that NiP have picketed that part of the map out. But will that information be translated into kills and the round as Guardian go for some warbanks here? And look at the amount of pressure being put down onto this part of the map here as far as just getting the heck out of dodge with that bomb.
And the big difference is that NiP haven't been dying early in the rounds they've been collecting. They've been keeping players alive, going for those full executes towards the sites. But as we can see, you know, I think there's a little bit of GoTV lag there, but still, at the moment, NiP have now lost out on that individual play. They lost out on the start, which is the big difference. Guardian have become a little quiet here. Flamey's going to find Exist, leaving merely 3. And it looks like NaVi en route to that 15th round that was evading them for so long. As we're seeing the slow build-up from NiP towards the A site, not been so successful in comparison to that full B execute.
NiP hope to break A open with those orbs, but Forest is going to go down, and Guardian will sneer at the very thought of NiP trying to take this one over with just 2 players now as well. You can see he's looking towards a long, and Freiberg will creep up close to him there, going to opt for the flash. Freiberg tries to make the pick. It'll be a great flick from Guardian. Freiberg gets decimated, and there's Alu on towards Zeus. And that's it. I just made up a new word as well, by the way. Decimated.
Decimated. It was like decimated and eliminated.
There's so many things I could have said out of that one. I actually don't know. It's just a...
It's just a word.
Emotive words put together. Unfortunately, it didn't double the impression like I hoped it was, but Guardian, great work
nice
there
replay.
on towards Freiberg. Decimating everyone.
Yeah, the replay really decimated the stream, but still, it doesn't matter. We're into this, what could be final round. NiP do have a lot of money, so they can get back on that double up, but look at NaVi straight away, looking for this early presence, looking for the early pick, and more often than not, when they find it, they win the round. So NiP trying to avoid it, trying to play a little quicker towards B, but C's is lurking behind, Guardians pushing up on long. They're closing this net, and there we go, already finding the first, is not putting NiP in good stead.
Perfect start there for Guardian as well. Just going that little bit more aggressive, and it's paying off right now. Alu off the table, 1 orb off the table as well. Forest getting too close to Zeus there, and he's going to pick him up. C's going to push him here from construction. The spray, it's a messy one, but he gets 2 for his troubles. Exists to get right, go down. C's hanging on to life, and this could be it. This could be the final nail at the coffin. Freiberg falls to C's, and Flamey steals his thunder by stealing his life there, but that is the game. And NiP unfortunately fall at what could be the final hurdle.
A bit of a shame to see them go out like that in the end, but we saw how important those opening kills were for NaVi. Whenever Guardian was picking them up, whether it was on Get Right or Alu then in the final round, it did completely change the landscape of how the round played out. When NiP were able to slow things down, play a little more patiently, we saw them pick up those 5 rounds back to back. Highly impressive stuff, but not enough to close down that map. So in the end, it will be NaVi picking up the double points there, pretty much, I believe 6 points in the bag, which will put them up into 3rd place in the Pro League's leaderboard so far, so a really big night for them. But we've got the big game coming up now, so let's not kind of beat around the bush. Let's not allude to this anymore, because it is the elephant in the room. It is going to be TSM up against Fnatic next. Now that is a game I'm looking forward to. Absolutely.
I mean, it's definitely going to be delivering a Fnatic that has shown some signs of revival. I mean, I don't want to be too negative about it. There was a bit of a streak there. It wasn't great for them. And conversely, TSM had a big streak, had that one shut down. And again, a little bit of back and forth. I definitely think the Danes are in better form right now, especially looking at their last few matches. Fnatic are an outside chance. I wouldn't call them an underdog, but they're definitely but they're definitely in the mix there. So I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be great. Cannot wait to jump in. Yeah, and that's going to be going down on Mirage very soon. So guys, do stay tuned. It's probably going to be the game of what I'd say is going to be the season for me, at least. I love watching these two play against each other, especially at pressure moments like this, leading up towards a major not too far away as well. So a lot on the line here between these two. I wonder how much they'll show. Of course, Mirage will be the arena of this clash of the giants. So guys, do not go too far away. We'll be back after the break.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Intel Extreme Masters. Delta touch the babysitting against it. Oh, it's beautiful. Exists. 2 kills could never be so important.
Gonna go for it behind the fountain. Kerrigan's just gonna charge him down. He's gonna miss quite a few pistol shots. Penny out. What a kill!